You're listening to Modern Male Radio with JEROD, ZAVISTOSKI, and Sydney Hall, right here on LA Talk Radio.
What's up, everybody? I'm your host, JEROD ZAVISTOSKI, and you're listening to Modern Male Radio. This is all the stuff your mama should have told you and the shit your daddy never knew. And as always, my co-host, Sydney Hall.
It's Sydney Hall right here on Modern Male Radio. What's up, everybody?
And tonight we've got some special guests. We've got the cast of Friends to Lovers.
Some of the cast.
Well, shit, we've got half the cast right here.
I know, right? One of the duo.
So we've got Charlie and Darian.
Hey,
I'm not even going to attempt the last names right now. My printer took a shit. I don't have the paper, but it's let's see if we can get this. Charlie Walters,
Yes.
and Darian Lowenstein.
Yeah, you got
There
it.
you go, right?
Nice.
Got it.
He impresses me sometimes.
Now you don't even need it.
So awesome, guys. I've been watching the show, and there's lots of interesting stuff happening. Between.
Am I getting interviewed again today?
Yeah, you might. There's going to be a little bit of an interview. Originally we were supposed to have Jin back on here, and I found you guys this plot line so fascinating that I knew you guys were in LA. I was like, man, you should reach out and grab them, and I did, and you guys are here now, which is awesome.
You could have just called me, you know.
I could have just called you. But
it's actually fun to hang out with Sydney. I feel like we hang out every week on TV.
Yeah, every week on TV we hang out.
Person,
yeah, no, I mean,
some tears, some tears to come, I guess. Right?
Is it surreal to kind of watch yourself on TV and to see this kind of like, is it weird to see your face in it?
It's completely bizarre. It's weird to watch something that you shot a long time ago, as well as have reactions from the public come up to you and be like, "Oh my gosh!" And then they want to know, they're like, where are you at now?
As if it's happening right now.
What's going on? I'm like,
well,
that was a different moment in time, and
yeah,
it's really strange.
The time lapse is the weirdest. I've done a lot of on-camera. We've both done a lot of on-camera stuff before. Like I've done coverage for the Olympics and things like that. But the time lapse part is what's really weird. Like
that's right. I forgot to mention that. Normally I have that all written down, but thank you, HP, for being a complete douche and dying on me today.
He's talking about the printer.
Charlie Walters.
He's talking about the printer.
You do PR, right?
I do, yes. I run a PR firm called CW3 Public Relations.
CW3 Public Relations.
That's right.
And you are a TV host, a video game designer, and a producer.
Yeah. I do a lot of game producing, so I work with a lot of apps, and I hosted and produced my own show called Game Guy TV.
Game Guy TV.
Awesome.
So how'd you two become friends? I'll probably ask a lot of questions I already know, but I'm kind of the interviewer this time.
Did you not watch the first episode? Maybe you should know.
Well, for all the people out in Modern Male land that may not have caught the TV
they
show.
might not be watching the show.
Not everyone is watching the show. Oh wow. Okay. Darian and I met like a little over 5 years ago. 5 years ago in TV time. I guess it's really like 5 years and 9 months.
Okay.
Right.
And we just met through some mutual friends and really bonded like right away over being kind of the guys that didn't necessarily do the normal thing. We were always off doing our own thing. And that's kind of how we became friends.
Against the grain guys.
Against the grain guys, yeah.
Yeah, being total dorks and laughing at basically everything and not really taking anything very seriously. I think a lot of other people are trying to be like cool and like,
Well, and then sitting here, like, having watched the show a lot and just meeting you guys, there's such a difference. You guys come off so much different in person.
Oh, thank you. We'll take that as a compliment.
I'm not crying. I don't normally do that. I'm not off my own on my phone going, I'm all alone.
TV cries.
Yeah, because
I'm not being really rude.
TV tears, right?
TV
TV tears.
Yeah, exactly. And I wanted to touch on that dynamic specifically is that, I had these in the questions. There's in the gay world, dating has to be kind of different. And I think a lot of straight people wonder if there's always that male-female dynamic, that feminine, that masculine. And in the show, you come off as kind of the guy who doesn't give a shit and a little dickish. And it's like meeting you, you're not like that at all. And you come off as kind of kind of a feminine in the corner, antisocial. And
Oh gosh!
but you're not like that at all, meeting you. So it's funny to like actually see you guys and be able to bounce back and forth between the conversation because there's such a drastic difference. So
sometimes TV tells lies.
Yeah, sometimes it does. Even reality TV sometimes stretches a little bit. But yeah, I mean, obviously these projects, when we sign up for them, we know what we're getting into, and it is a reality show. But I don't think it's strange to anybody to know that these things are a little bit contrived, and we definitely don't do things.
I don't know what he's talking about. I have no idea what Charlie Walters is talking about. Contrived? What are you talking about, man?
Yeah, but I mean, you do mini takes, put it that way, of different things, and they then you kind of leave yourself at the mercy of people who put it together into whatever is most entertaining.
To the mercy of the edit.
Yeah, at the end of the day.
What if the editors are having a bad day? Like, can you tell the footage when you're like, oh, man,
or if the editors don't like you and they think you're an asshole?
We tried to go with the strategy of getting to know the editors, and I guess we didn't do a very good job.
Oh, wow.
I think we met the wrong ones, or at least I did. No, I'm
So
just kidding.
how long did you guys, I mean, you guys have a lot of footage. You guys mentioned that you were filming for quite a while, right? How long were you guys filming for?
We were filming this for about
four or 5 months. Actually, it's kind of stretched on.
Actually, if you include like the interviews, because they bring you back in the studio for the interviews. I mean, we're still doing those.
Yeah, we're actually still doing them.
So,
oh wow, okay.
yeah, that would be like 9 months.
Yeah, really.
And how much of that footage is being used?
Not a lot.
Couple weeks.
Yeah.
So they're trimming a lot of stuff out.
It depends. It depends on the edit. You can't put 9 months of.
Right.
I mean, they have to figure out what is the
TV in 9 months.
Each couple, right? Where did
storylines, arcs?
Yeah.
Where does it go?
Yeah, and that makes sense.
Who gets blindsided?
Yeah. And as we went, we kind of figured out what it was.
Tune in next week.
What our role was in the show and in the relationship and whatnot. And I think that, but a great example is like the last 3 episodes of the show have focused on one thing that we shot, which was just like over 24 hours.
Really
and
weird.
the rest of it kind of just, I don't know if it ended up on the cutting room floor, if it's going to be seen later. We don't really know. And that's, I tell people a lot, like, just like the fans that are watching the show, I get excited to watch the episode too.
I don't know.
We don't know how it's going to end.
Happen either.
Yeah. So that's interesting. And it's funny because they're, you were mentioning to me earlier about that party, and you actually knew a lot of people, and that you're actually quite a bit more social than you're coming off in the show.
It's so funny because I'm definitely getting painted as like the antisocial nerd.
Yeah, totally.
Like I've literally had friends call me and be like, dude, you're the most social person I know. Like you're never home. You're always out with friends. You're at a million pool parties. You're out all the time. Like everybody, you walk into a bar, everybody knows you, and it's so they're like, I'm watching TV and I'm like, who is this person?
I wouldn't say always insecure, or I'm sorry, not antisocial. I would say that you come off very, very sincere and deep-rooted.
Well, that's
true.
Well, let's talk about that. You've gone from friends to friends to potential lovers. So, did that dynamic change?
Okay, first of all, we have to get something out of the way. We hate the title of the show.
It's the worst title.
When we found out that the word lover was in the title of the show, we were not too thrilled.
It was something else.
Well, you told me the gay community hates the actual.
Yeah,
that's
kind of got a lot of stigma, and it's kind of like what your grandma says when she doesn't know what else to say.
How's your lover? You're like, dude, my boyfriend. Come on, grandma.
Oh wow, okay,
It's awkward.
So that was a little weird. We did not know that when we signed up, just to put that out there. But it is what it is.
So going to potential lovers, did that change the dynamic?
You're still going to use it now that you know that we hate it. You're still going to throw it in
there.
Every
hashtag friends to lovers. Sorry, 2 in the middle.
Yeah, are you kidding me? I've hashtagged the shit out of that.
So did that change the dynamic of you in terms of partying or wanting to party with obviously your potential mate? Was that the big thing? It's like, okay, yeah, I am a partier, but I don't want to be out all the time with my potential mate party.
I mean, you can't when you're dating someone, right? Like, how do you want to? Do you really want to start a relationship, seeing someone, and then immediately like, hey, let's go to 5 parties in a row? You don't get to know someone like that. Just like if your first date is a movie, you don't actually have a chance to talk to someone. You get to know them. So I think it's important, especially early on in dating, no matter the situation, to always have that one-on-one time with someone.
Horrible first date, by the way.
So
horrible first date, but
judging from watching the show, you have a totally different.
But great TV.
Charlie, you have a totally different opinion about that. You want to turn up all the time.
I have a different opinion. Well, yeah, I mean, and I am a social. And how many times on the show do I say I'm a social butterfly?
It's my job. It's my job.
We counted that about 15 times already. But there is some truth in that, in a sense that I've always been really buried in my work, and my job is important to me. And I think when you're a business owner and you run your company, that's kind of inevitable. Like that becomes a big part of your life. And so I actually do not have a lot of dating experience, and this was a new thing for me. And so it is true that I kind of had struggled a little bit with kind of prioritizing those 2 aspects of life, for sure. Yeah.
In the male female community, in the straight dating world, there's a very, very kind of set dynamic. Man takes woman out, they go to dinner. It's very soft and romantic. Is it different dating in the gay community?
Well, I think it's confusing, right? Because all of those sort of standard things, if this is how it works, it all go out the window. And so it's sort of up in the air, like who pays for who? I don't know. Who asks who out? I don't know. One person, I think, usually kind of becomes the driver, but ideally, ultimately you want to both be on the same page. So, you know, someone asks someone out, and at the end of the day, that person says, hey, like, what are we doing next? You know, because we've all been in situations where you're the person who was always driving, you're the person who's always being asked, and it's like,
Is it more casual to kind of bring into fruition? Like, is it more, is it?
Yeah. Yes. You mean for like gay guys to, you know,
with women, you have to court them, you have to go after them, you have to pursue them, and then finally you break down that wall, and she concedes, and then you keep pursuing her, and then finally she breaks down that wall and she opens her legs. It's just like, you know, you have to keep going with it.
Right.
With gay guys, it's like, it seems like it would be
a lot more direct, I think.
Yeah.
You know, either you're both into it or you're not.
Right.
I think you figure
both
it out.
be on the same
way
page, same
faster.
agenda.
Yeah, exactly.
Sexuality is different.
You cut through a lot of the BS, I think, so much faster.
Now, do you think those are social constructs that are in place between male and female, or do you think that, you know, it's just because it's two males, so automatically all this stuff?
You think like a male?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna go like evolutionary speaking,
Charlie, break it down. Yes,
and I know a little bit about this, and I mean, I think there's not that kind of same, I don't know, evolutionary need to form a relationship so that you're going to procreate and all that
based
sort
on
of thing.
gender roles.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it does lead to a little more flexibility. That being said, men inherently are more interested in casual sex than women, and so that comes into play, I think, in a gay relationship much sooner, and can lead to complications for sure. And I think there's a lot of different dynamics in the community, and this is why there's such a big spectrum in the gay community of different types of relationships, you know, and there's like threesomes and open relationships and whatever.
Oh, wow.
What do you call it when it's more than that? Yeah, there's a lot, Sydney, trust me. And I don't know. I haven't dealt with hardly any.
So tell me, what was the biggest hump getting over, you know, moving from friends to, sorry for saying it again.
How about more than friends?
More than friends. From friends to more than friends. What was the biggest hump getting over?
A general awkwardness.
Yeah, that had to have been killer.
You can see it in the episode where we had the first kiss. Like, there was so much awkwardness.
That was weird. Yeah.
And it was just like, whoa, because we've known each other for 5 years as friends. We've hung out, we've done everything. We've seen each other's highs and lows and worst and best.
Right.
And so to suddenly like enter this different phase was just really awkward. Not to mention, on top of being awkward, you've got 2 cameras. 3 or 4 producers, sound crew. Like, you've got a crew of 12
and
people.
you guys are gonna kiss for the first time.
Right, and they're just like this.
Just
they're
what
like
everybody
this.
wants for their first date. No, literally, they are like that. Yeah. Yeah.
And you're just like,
Very
oh,
awkward.
God, I don't think there's enough wine or vodka.
I presume it's very awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
Well,
you didn't get a kiss yet.
You what?
Wait a minute, hold on. First of all, you said I didn't get a kiss.
Did you kiss yet?
Maybe I didn't give a kiss. I don't know. All right.
Wait,
Let's flip it
we don't know
upside
if you
down,
and Jen have.
We don't know yet.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
But
I actually
don't
don't
know
even
either,
know.
for the
But
record.
judging from the end of last episode, I'm in for a big surprise.
It's going
You know,
too
it's
well,
funny
Sydney.
how
I'm excited.
tight-lipped you are. With this stuff.
I caught that. I was like, oh wow.
I still don't even know. It's hilarious to me
end
that
of, well,
like
if you
you're my
watch it to the-
co-host and I have no
But
idea.
if you watched last episode to the end, they kind of gave a
a little
little teaser of
dun dun.
what I have
It
what
says
I
the
have in
talk
store
in
for
the
Yeah.
big letters on the whole screen.
what's in store for me.
I think she said flat. She's like, I want to break up with Sydney.
Yeah.
That's exactly what she said. So
Well, we don't know. All we know is she's not
so
here.
I was surprised. I was
She's
just
not
as
here
surprised
right
as
now.
the
I didn't see her waiting for you in a car outside. So
I
that's
didn't see a ring on her
clue for me.
finger either, so that could be an indicator.
so maybe love isn't in the air.
She might be. But then again, she could be at home busy putting on her eyeshadow.
But then again, I could
become very famous
But then
for
again,
it.
I could have twisted fate on the next episode.
Well, I mean, this is reality TV,
Right.
and as we know, anything can happen in reality TV, and that might leave you with a cliffhanger, and something else happens.
That's
so
right.
It
That's
gives
right.
you all the more reason to watch next week's episode of
Exactly.
Friends
Yes.
Lovers. I have a question for you guys. It's kind of unrelated to the show, but I think for our viewers out there, I've had a few conversations about people with this, and it's a topic that I think is really, really important, and that is it's just sexuality in general. You guys are both gay, right?
No, I don't know about that.
The
Yeah.
jury's
Only
out.
on the show.
I don't
The
know.
jury's out. The jury's out.
It's just on TV. It's only for TV.
Exactly. Actually.
To say we're pretty good at it.
Yeah.
The question that I have specifically is, I mean, was that something that you developed over time, or was that something you're born with? And I already have an answer for how I feel about this, but a lot of people think I had a really bad argument with my born again Christian brother once, and he was talking about, you know, how perverted it was and gross. And I was just like, dude, when was the last time you sat down and chose to be attracted to a woman? When were you like, oh, you know what, today I'm not going to fuck dudes, I'm going to fuck women? Like, and that, I think, is a huge important topic that a lot of people, a lot of our straight listeners may not understand, is that it's not something that, or maybe I'm wrong.
Or is it?
Is it something that you, I mean,
or is it different for everyone?
Who would choose to make their life that much more difficult? Seriously, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
It's a very hard path, especially when we were, you know, in our teenage years, you know, and in the 80s and the 90s. And I mean, it's gotten so much better today.
Yeah, the progress of the last 5 years has been pretty tremendous.
It's incredible.
Well, some places I would presume, some places got better, some places stay the same. If you talk about the whole of America and the world, you know,
that's true.
Some people are still in a certain mentality of their thoughts about it.
I mean,
I actually have had a couple people reach out to me. I don't know if you've had this at all, but like just messages just saying like, oh, it's so cool to see two guys on, you know, TV and a show, because I don't know, there's a lot of people that aren't exposed to that, even though I feel like it's been in my face on TV for a long time, especially recently, but you never know when people are going to start tuning into it. And I'd hate to think that we're supposed to be any sort of role models the way that we're being portrayed, but in real life, I
you guys are putting the whole gay community on your back. Okay?
Yeah. But in reality, I do think that that's something that I'd like to explore, is kind of being a role model to people in any way that we possibly can. Yeah.
Well, I mean, as a PR consultant, it's like, I mean, in a lot of ways, you kind of you basically teach people how to, you know, behave in the public, right? I mean, you make people famous. That's what you do.
Sort of, yeah.
So to
well,
speak.
I have some clients who actually want to stay out of the limelight. Like Doris Day is one of my clients. She's 90 years old and she's been out of the public scene for 20 years, and our main job is kind of to keep people away from her. So
okay.
it kind of, but the image part, yes, is a big part of it, and kind of controlling, you know, how people are perceived by the public. So that's been a really interesting experience for me.
So do you think you've done a good PR job with yourself?
No, I don't. I think I've done a terrible job, Sydney. Thanks for asking. If you want to be my publicist,
I'll take the ropes from here.
Yeah, no, I mean, and there's we all do these things for different reasons, and actually the reason that I did the show is coming to fruition, and I can't really talk about it yet, but there's something cool that I'm going to be doing as a result of this that has to do with the Olympics, which is a huge passion of mine.
Awesome.
So we'll be able to talk about that, I think, more towards the end of the series.
Dun, dun,
Dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun.
Dun.
So
Gotta tune in now.
To be clear, I mean, it's not a choice. The sexuality is not a choice. You're born.
Oh, back to that.
Yeah.
Did you notice we were changing
boy.
the subject?
Yeah, I saw that.
So when did you guys first realize you were there?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's an innately, you just have a different feeling, you know, and you recognize that you're different at an early age. And certainly for myself, like as soon as I started to be aware of it, I tried everything I could to change it because, you know, especially as a 13-year-old, 12-year-old, whatever, you don't want to be different. You want to be as similar and as cool and popular like everybody else that you know in your age range. And so it's definitely, for me, it was something that I struggled with for a long time until I just sort of came to grips with it and said, you know what, this is how it is. I'm not going to fight it. So I never tried to force myself to go down a different path. I never went on a single date with a girl because I knew it wasn't for me.
Never a single date, really?
Do you want to explain to them the term that I learned through the show, which is platinum gay, which I never actually
Platinum gay?
Platinum gay.
I've never
yeah.
heard
As opposed to regular gay.
so-
Gold, as opposed to silver and
so
gold
like-
gay.
I'm like bronze.
Yeah,
I-
platinum.
You're, I don't know, copper.
I'm like copper.
So what is that? That
Iron.
means you came way later?
No.
It refers to how far you've gone with a woman. What sort of
Right. So let's jump into the women then.
I don't know if this will make it on the show, but we talked about this.
We talked about it a lot, like 5 different times in the interviews. But yeah, so like a typical one is gold star gay, and that means you've never had sex with a woman. And then there's platinum gay, which means that you were born via C-section, have never had vaginal contact of any kind.
Oh wow.
Which he is.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's bronze, so that means you've just been philandering out there.
mean-
Just,
He was drunk at a party once. Yeah, we just struck that one out. He's like, well, let's try it.
you really don't care who it is. This is as long as something's going on,
It's
right?
like after I threw up, I realized.
You're not a dude. Oh man. So I mean, obviously things are different now. with you guys seem much more comfortable and stuff with each other
and with your own sexuality.
It's really hard for me sitting this close to you.
But no, it's something that I've always really wanted to bring up on the show, and you guys are our first gay couple, so you guys have kind of like broken the show's cherry.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
And I really feel like there still is some misconceptions about sexuality, homosexuality, bisexuality. And
there's misconceptions about heterosexuality.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Sexuality in general.
So sorry to kind of throw that curveball at you guys out of there. They're like, change the subject. But going back to the show,
I think though on the show, one thing I do like about the show is that we never really focus on that. I think we're just another couple on the show.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's some like stereotypes that are woven in there for sure. But
and people will view the way they view, but it is presented as just another couple.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. You'll never hear them be like, and now back to the gay couple. Meanwhile, in Gayland, yeah.
So what are some of the things you guys found out about each other being more than friends rather than just friends?
Things that never annoyed you when you're friends annoy the hell out of you when you're dating.
Wow, you sound really passionate.
No, I mean, everything flips. Stuff that you're like, okay, whatever. You're gonna.
I have to agree with that.
Not respond
kind of
to
similar with me and Jen.
a text for a day or whatever because you're busy. Okay, that's fine. I don't care. But then when you're dating, like, why didn't you respond to my text? Are we going out? Like, what's happening?
Where the hell are you?
Or in my case, I mean, why don't you understand that I have a lot that I'm juggling right now?
But it's my job.
But it's my job, and I'm a social butterfly.
Yeah, no, I
falling back on the blade of the job.
The show,
over and over. It's the same sound.
That should be a hashtag.
Is
it's
it?
my
The
job.
same one they're using.
You know what I'm saying? It's my job. It has to be a hashtag. It's my job.
It's my job. It's my job. It's my job. It's my job.
I think guys use that. Hetero guys use that a lot too. They use every excuse in the book not to call a female back when they don't want to.
The one nice thing though is I've had like my clients, because that's one thing when you're in PR and you're suddenly on a show, you worry a little bit about like, oh, what are my clients going to think? But they've actually been like, well, if there's one thing we've learned about you, you're totally undateable, but you really care about your clients.
No, it's actually it is really.
And it's true. I really do. So, yeah.
Great. How was
maybe I need to do a show where I date my clients.
Right?
That'd be a little weird.
That'd be a little weird.
Call that how to lose a date in 10 days or something.
How to lose a client.
How to lose a client in 10 days. So how was the pool party actually? Because there's this big thing, and it's like you guys went out to fucking what was it, Palm Springs. And you seemed pretty distraught that that was your first date. You seemed like you kind of already knew that was going to happen. But then you guys had a save. You guys had that little date, that awkward date, I guess, with the producer sitting there being like, "Hey, be more romantic, be more romantic."
Yeah, how is the between gay guys? How is like the romance? That's
a good question. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the romance about? Because I know with heteros, you tap into a certain, a female's feminine energy in terms of romance and things like that. So how is it? How's it different or the same?
It's different with every dynamic. I mean, I think sometimes one person leads, sometimes it's mutual. Like it's like anything, I think it's just the difference is it's not a set. It's not like
Because I was called cheesy with my romantic ways on.
That's right. You were.
Right. I was like right. So maybe,
but I mean,
maybe Jen's a dude.
I don't think Jen counts. You know what's funny is we were talking about energies.
You're having a bromance,
right? I'm actually in a bromance, and I didn't really know it.
Well, we were talking about energies and the more masculine, more feminine, in different, in either sex. And it's funny because watching you and Jen, it's like she definitely has a way more masculine energy, and you have kind of a.
What do I have?
You have a very masculine energy. But hers is so masculine for a girl that it's almost like those two masculine.
I think it's aggressive. It's an aggressive behavior rather than a masculine. You can get an aggressive female energy.
Maybe
she's kind of like, "What's up? I'm Jen."
Yeah. She is. And she's like that. I have to say, like meeting her at the premiere and everything. I mean, she's kind of like that, but I like it. She's like
awesome. Yeah.
Ballsy, and she's beautiful at the same time. She's a cool chick for sure.
Yeah, meeting her
Make
here.
It work,
we actually had her on the show.
Make it work.
She was actually very, very sweet, and I saw more of the feminine out of her. And I wonder if maybe the kind of I don't give a shit thing that you see on TV.
No, that's her. That has nothing to do with TV.
Okay. That
has nothing to do with TV. That's her.
Right. We should emphasize that. I mean, when we talk about the stuff that they show and they don't show, I mean, obviously the things they do show are parts of your personality. It's just they're not showing the rest of your personality.
Right,
So
and it's
Right.
yeah,
They
you give so much of
Yeah.
different dynamics and sides to you, and it comes down to the edit. What side they choose to cut
Right.
up and show. So
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we both had a ton of work scenes that we shot that have yet to see the light of day. I mean, I was
and stuff with our other friends and things
other
like that. Yeah.
friends, yeah. I mean, I shot a bunch of stuff with several different clients, like helping with their apps and getting stuff in the app store and working that's never.
Oh,
seen
wow,
the light of
yeah.
day.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Yeah,
Did
'cause
a
I
lot
wouldn't
of
have known
that-
what you
A
did.
lot of
Yeah,
the setup.
like-
Yeah, exactly. Thanks.
Yeah.
You didn't even know what we do. Yeah.
No,
Exactly.
I knew what you did because the party thing and because
Right.
they kept
Okay.
repeating that over and over and over. But I had no clue what you did.
Right.
Yeah.
On the screen, it'll say like video game producer. It's
Right.
like, okay, well, that's a part of my life, but a lot of what I do now is working people and getting apps placed. And,
Yeah.
Do you guys
but-
wish they would have shown
Well,
more?
yeah, absolutely.
Spoiler,
Yeah,
it gives you a
little
greater
spoiler
dynamic.
alert. We don't know. Again, we don't know what's going to be on the show, but we do think there is an episode coming up where we actually work on a project together, which I thought was really fun. That was one of my favorite things actually that we taped. So
Oh,
I hope
wow,
they
okay.
use it.
Yeah, hopefully.
And we actually I think learned through that maybe we're better as even working together sometimes than we are.
'Cause at the
No
time-
spoiler. No spoiler
dating.
alert. No spoiler alert. Right. Caitlin's gonna thank me for that. Right. No
Thank you
spoiler
for
alert.
Thus far, is there
Move on,
anything
move
that
on.
didn't make it in the show that you guys wish would have been there?
Yeah,
Like a
I mean, there's
a
there's
lot. Yeah,
literally
I mean,
weeks worth of stuff.
yeah.
I mean,
Yes,
We
so much
shot
is shot. Yeah.
Next week, as you've seen in the preview, you get to see Darian's mom, who's really
Ah,
your
a
mom's
great
on it.
character
Okay.
and somebody I just adore and have always
She's
had
hilarious.
fun with, throughout our whole friendship. And I think there's a lot more that we shot with her that has not been seen yet. So
Yeah, I see a couple. Chris, was it Kristen had her her Nana,
Yeah, she was awesome.
Nanu? Was it Nanu?
I think Nanu. Yeah.
Nanu,
Nanu.
which reminds me of like the perfect like Nanu,
Like,
Nanu.
yeah. Mark from
Mork and Mindy.
Mark and
that's what
Mindy.
it
Yeah.
is, right? Nanu.
Yeah. We shot a lot of stuff other.
She
with
was
other
cool.
friends,
I
too,
liked
that
it.
like hasn't ever shown up, which is weird because I know like when the first preview came out, they had different people out with friends at dinner talking about
Right.
stuff, and with Charlie and me so far, it's been pretty much just
Yeah.
Charlie and me, and I
Yeah.
feel like
Except
they
for the
don't-
last episode, yeah.
Yeah, they don't really develop the rest of our lives as much. You don't get to see our friends. You don't get to see us at work. You don't get to see kind of those other pieces. Just like sort of him and I at conflict, and so I don't.
Well,
feel
that's
like
what makes TV, baby.
That's hey, I'm not a reality.
But I
producer.
encourage
Conflict,
people,
right?
I would like to say on public record, before you go online and start making negative comments about people, maybe you should research them a little bit and find out, what
I don't know
they
about
really
that.
do
Hey,
for
I don't know
a
about that.
living.
I love negative comments.
Yeah.
Not getting as many as
it's-
me.
Maybe it's something about me.
As of
and
last
I mean,
week-
I love.
Sydney's an admitted in the closet troll.
I love haters. I love
Wait,
haters.
are
Like
you, do
haters.
you have
like,
a bunch of secret profiles and you're the one that's out there like saying this stuff? So that
talk
you
about
can
myself,
be the most
right?
loved one on the show? Wait a
hate-
second. This is making
You're
sense.
like,
Ooh,
Sydney's the most
strategy,
attractive man
strategy.
ever.
Yeah.
Well, I discovered what trolling meant like last week. I was like,
I did
got-
too.
Yeah,
I
discovered
no
it
troll
idea.
last week because I got it.
See,
for
I
the
troll
first
the
time.
trolls. I troll the trolls.
Well, you of course you know what this is.
What-
I didn't know what LARPing was either. That was true.
What's
but-
Hey,
LARPing?
what's our yeah?
Well, thank
You
you.
know what
I mean,
LARPing is?
No.
Oh God, here we go again.
Live action role playing.
Oh yeah. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
First episode. Come on, it's the most
Really?
amazing thing ever.
Live action role play.
Wait a minute. So what happened the first? There was you.
When we
you
went on
were
the
LARPing?
went on the
hike,
hike.
and he's like, "Hey, this is so cool. I feel like we're in like a adventure forest, and we should be LARPing." And I had no idea what he was talking about.
Oh yeah, I didn't either. I didn't even catch that.
Yeah,
You
I kind of mulled over.
I'd
that.
like
I
to
was
see an episode
like,
where you
maybe I
guys LARP
misheard.
together.
Yeah.
I
We
think
actually talked about that.
that would be so awesome.
We didn't shoot it, but it
Actually, I
would've been
got a
amazing.
girl.
It'd be
that
like
I want-
no, it'd be like
I
role
got a
models.
girl
you
that I
know?
want
They
to
go out
LARP with
there and-
tonight.
Yeah, it'd be
Exactly.
awesome.
I got a girl that I
There
want to
also
LARP
was a
with tonight.
proposed scene.
Let's LARP,
of strip,
baby.
What was it? Strip video gaming, and we
yeah.
decided
I
against
shot
that
that
too.
down pretty much immediately.
Yeah, right,
I was like,
okay,
that's
right.
not happening.
Yeah, I mean the whole friend dynamic would definitely shift into a much weird
Strip talk.
Or it could work. Or it could work.
Strip
You know.
talk.
Let's strip Mario Kart. I'm like, you can't take one thing I love and mix it with something
Mixed with
very
something
awkward.
else.
Right. Yeah.
It's not gonna happen.
But that definitely would have made it on the show.
Oh, in 2 seconds. Would have been every preview, and I would have been immediately fired as VP at my company. Like,
Oh wow. Okay.
So do you think it's going to be like, after it's going to be like a Charlie and Darian show, Charlie and Darian go on the road?
Not.
well, we can't give away the ending of the show.
Oh, right,
So, I mean, who knows what could happen after this? I think
Yeah.
that's the fun thing about doing something like this is you never know what else it could lead to in terms
Yeah.
of another show, another series, Amazing Race, Apprentice. I mean,
Right.
Amazing Race. I
There's
always
even
wanted to be
fun
on Amazing
stuff.
Race.
I loved going. I got to go, do Watch What Happens Live. That was really fun with Andy Cohen. I hope they bring us all back at the end.
Yeah.
But he's so cool. I had a really good time, like hanging out with him and just seeing that
What was
whole
that?
process. On Watch What Happens Live.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that was really fun.
Oh, yeah? Cool.
Yeah, with Kristen Chenoweth, who I love. She was great.
I think it'd be great to see you guys on The Amazing Race. Just like picturing that, the two of you just out there conquering the world and stuff. I think that would be really fun to watch. So, I think that.
What do you think, Jared?
I don't know.
Tell us your thoughts.
Froze me.
I want to see Charlie out somewhere where there's no cell reception and see what he does when his phone doesn't work.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm having trouble not looking at it right now. But
Yeah, please, Ron.
That could be
Professional.
Have you guys noticed like a dramatic shift in your social media? I mean, I've kind of.
We're all verified now, right?
Oh, we did just get.
We're all verified celebrities.
Sydney
now.
called me the other day. He's like, "What? Wait, yo, what's that check mean? What's that check mean?"
What
you
that
didn't even know
meant.
what it
I'm
was?
so
No way.
lost.
Oh,
I was like, got some
It means
email
there's
from
people
Twitter.
that want to impersonate you.
Oh, really? Right?
Yeah. So I was like, that means you made it, man. You're famous now.
Maybe I'm out there trying to impersonate myself, right?
Yeah.
Tricked your Twitter, right?
Right.
It's all
I
just
have noticed,
it's all
though,
just
like,
me.
This is funny. Like I think the people that are portrayed as the villains get like more followers. Because I have like 45,000 followers.
Yeah.
What'd
all
you
of a
start off
sudden.
with?
I started off with like 25 because
Really?
I've done this stuff for the Olympic. Like I covered the Olympics for Entertainment Tonight in
Right.
London and Sochi, so I have a lot of random followers in London and Russia.
Oh, really?
But you haven't been collecting them as fast as me.
It's been a trickle, but he'll get like, we'll live tweet every episode, and he'll get like 2,000, and I'll get
Wow.
like 30.
I don't know why
It's-
that is.
it's
but it's
really
also about
weird.
like who retweets you. Like I went to
That's
true,
the Super Bowl in Phoenix and DirecTV. I was watching the Rihanna concert and she touched me and I put a video.
You weren't watching
and
the Rihanna concert. You were next to Rihanna.
I was
Rihanna was
in the
sweating
I
on
was
you.
the Rihanna concert. And DirecTV though, who was sponsoring it, retweeted me and I got like a whole bunch of followers.
Really?
From that. Yeah.
Well, yeah. That's what
Yeah.
and did you see
that's what it's
today we
about.
got one from Ariana Grande? That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
What happened with that?
She just retweeted something that
It's a white party thing, right?
Oh yeah, the white
Yeah.
party people.
Ariana Grande.
tweeted, and she was the performer, actually, the big performer at the white party.
Okay.
And she retweeted our tweet. That was kind of cool. And so when that happens, you get like 7,000 followers. It's
Oh,
crazy.
right.
Yeah, no
That's
Or
big
Darren
time.
gets like 7.
So I mean, guys, there's got to be a huge. It's got to be strange to already be friends and then kind of decide, hey, we're gonna date, and then you put a camera on you. Whereas, normally the dynamic. I mean, I have a whole chapter on this in the book about how difficult it is to get out of the friend zone and what guys need to do to get out of the friend zone for girls and create attraction and all that stuff. And it's really like a step by step. Like you got to do this, you got to get, and it's a huge drawn out process.
And sometimes you never get out of the friend zone.
Yeah, sometimes you don't. I mean, but
Sometimes you step one foot out and you get kicked right back into the friend zone. You know.
Yeah.
which is something that you're dealing with at this very, very moment. It's funny because there's all these different plot lines, and as you watch the show, you don't realize just how different everybody's experience is. I mean, you guys were buds, and you guys kind of fell in. It's just like, okay, cool, we're gonna try this thing. It's very pragmatic. You guys seem very diplomatic about what
Yes, that's
Very
true.
logical. You think
We were
very logical about things.
We did. We approached it like a science experiment.
Yeah.
But males are very logical in their thinking, though,
Yeah.
naturally, as
Yeah.
opposed to females very emotional.
Did you guys ever see a comedian who did the
I'm
whole
sure there's some
sketch
girls
on
out there
being
getting
gay?
like super mad as they're watching this because they're completely not represented here in the room. But yeah.
This is modern male radio.
Maybe they're not watching.
This is the real modern.
No,
male
they're
radio.
watching for their
Call
guys.
ins.
They're trying to get tips on how
This
to
is your chance to
better
call
deal
in.
with men.
Oh wait, there's nothing.
No, we have such a mixed crowd. We have tons of female listeners and
Yeah.
tons of guy listeners, and we have from every social dynamic and sub archetype. That's kind of how we design the show, and that's why we always invite new guests on that have a very ranging perspective, because most people would never know what it's like to A, be on camera, or B, date their best friend, or C, date in a homosexual relationship. So it's like we're just boom, we're blowing it out there, trying to hit every subject right now.
Evolve the
I
mind,
think it's
right?
for a show called Modern Male. It's about time you had some gay people on here. I mean, took you long enough, Jared.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I've been telling him for that
over
for weeks.
10%
He's
of
been
the
he's been shooting me down.
What are you talking about? I have not been shooting you down. We just started integrating. When we began the show, we didn't really know. I had no idea what to do really. It was just like, oh hey, that person's interesting. Invite them on, and then over the course of time, we've developed kind of a
Framework,
model.
framework for the
how we should
the
do the
show.
show. And Sydney actually had a lot to do with that. We sat down
As I
one
do
day.
have a lot to do with everything.
And he gave me some tips, and it was cool because we sat down and we analyzed some prolific shows right now, some stuff that's on TV, and he's a junkie. So he's always like, "Hey, are you watching this? You should, check out
yes,
this." He's always sending me
I'm a
tips and stuff.
TV, internet whore,
so cool.
Facebook whore. I'm always, I troll like I said earlier, I troll the trolls.
Well, I have a question for you then. So were you into reality TV before you were on a reality show?
Yes, I watch reality TV. Yes, I watch, but I didn't specifically watch this type of reality TV. I'm like Amazing Race, those
the competition
network.
stuff.
Yeah, NBC,
Yeah,
ABC,
me too. I watched a
CBS.
little, somebody asked me this the other day in another interview, and they were like
The Voice is one of my
what were your
favorite
favorite
shows.
reality shows?
Yeah.
And honestly, I hate to say it, but I never really watched any.
So this world of
But
reality.
now
I never really
that I've
watched
had
it,
this experience, I'm finding myself really tuning in and being kind of sympathetic with the people that are on those shows. I really am.
Yeah, it's got to be interesting in the process in general. Like, is there anything else that you guys want to say about just the process of getting out there and filming this stuff? Aside it being awkward.
Well, I think you bring a very important point, and you become sympathetic because normally when you watch reality TV, you're screaming at the damn TV. You're like, "Well, this person is crazy, it's stupid."
Yeah.
Then you're caught in that situation. You're like, "Oh, okay." I see how they played this out. I see how they manipulated this or edited this. Because you find yourself in the same position.
Yeah.
So
and it's funny because you guys do have people screaming out loud. I've watched the show a couple times with friends that have gotten very, very into it. And it's just funny how they're like, just screaming at the TV.
But it's just like, it really is. It's really like real life.
Can we do a little mean tweet?
Yeah, let's do that.
This is something that I got this week.
What mean tweet did you get?
I got a lot.
Really?
Okay.
Well, that's why you have 45,000 followers.
Here we go. We're going to do this like Jimmy Kimmel style. Charlie is a self-centered D-bag who said himself that he's not willing to change. Darian can do so much better. I, for one, would love to have Darian in my life and hope he runs away from Charlie as fast as possible.
Did he leave his number, though?
Was he cute, more importantly?
Right.
Yeah.
Jesse Salazar. Thank you, Jesse Salazar, for that one. Amy Foster. Darian, Charlie is not the one for you. Charlie just looks seedy and laughable at this point. Please believe in your own character.
So I don't know, Charlie. I'm like, do you think you come? You're watching the show also.
Yes.
How do you think you come off?
Oh, I think these are pretty accurate for how I come off on the show, to be honest. Like, I really do. But how I'm portrayed on the show, if that's accurate, no, I mean, whatever. I mean, again, this is a TV show. It's meant to entertain. And I'm actually excited that people are finding us entertaining. Like, I've had a lot of people say, with all respect, due respect to all of you, the other couples, but they've been like, "Oh, we're really into your plot. Like, we watch it, and like, we're really excited to see what's going to happen with you guys next." And in that respect, I think we've succeeded. Like, we've created, kind of a cool little dynamic that people find interesting, and so
created some
that's
arcs in the
fun.
show,
So,
for people to follow.
Yeah, if there's, I work in publicity, and everyone uses the phrase "there's no such thing as bad publicity," which I don't quite believe in that.
I don't either. Actually.
But I do believe it's good to have people talking, and it gives you a platform to both defend yourself and to hopefully, do some good
if
too.
you stay out there, people find out different things about you.
Because I was loving those mean tweets. Yeah, let's get some more of those.
Some more mean tweets.
You don't have any. That's the thing.
I honestly haven't gotten much of any mean tweets. Like
me neither.
It's really weird.
Well, from an outsider's
I
perspective,
don't understand.
The only mean tweets I've got are the ones I've sent about myself.
I don't understand how you can lack insight as to how rude you really are to a friend that you invited. It looks to me like you just want TV time. You really look selfish, Charlie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what?
Does
Fair
it hurt?
enough.
On
the show,
That was Pamela Taylor. Thank you, Pamela, if you're
do
tuning in.
these things hurt in any bit at all?
No.
Or do you just roll
by them.
off your back?
Yeah, I actually, Chris on the show was the one that was really getting hated for the first couple episodes, and kind of still is. And
poor girl.
As soon as I started getting it this last week, because this last week is really when I got attacked for the first time, but she was like, "See, now you know what it's like." Now it was like she was so excited that there's like another villain on the show. But
right, that's right.
I have found one thing interesting because they kind of tell us not to respond or react to these people, but a couple times there have been things that have been just so out of left field that I've actually direct messaged the people and said, "Hey, and I've just said, "Hey, I just want you to know," and I find that they're really looking for attention, and the second that they come back and they're like, "Oh wait, I was actually wrong about Charlie. Like, he actually seems like a really good guy." And so sometimes I I do think it's better to confront that.
You know, we were talking about this yesterday. Like, even just in the arc of an hour of the episode airing, and we'll have 2 or 3 scenes in it. Like, people will start off like, "Oh, I can't wait to see what happened to Charlie and Darian," and then like halfway through, it's like, "Oh, Darian needs to, stop being such a whiner, or Charlie needs to stop being such a jerk," and oh my gosh, I hate these guys. They're so stupid. And then by the end of the episode, oh my gosh, I love Charlie and Darian. It's like this
that means Bravo and War the one that did their job.
Yeah.
Creating, creating arcs and creating themes and creating
that would be cool if we could just be like Tony and Curtis.
Awesome. So we gotta kind of wrap this up. Where can people find you? What are you guys doing right now? What's going on? What are you promoting?
Anything you want to shout out to Modern Male Radio?
You want to go first?
Yeah, I mean, social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Darian L1, Darion L1 on all of them. And yeah, I'm putting out a couple of apps with clients right now, but always consulting on new ones. And then in talks to host and produce actually 2 different shows right now, so I can't say what they are yet. But hopefully, if things go well, soon.
Are they reality?
No, they're actually all nerd culture related.
Nerd culture related.
Like Chelsea Handler for nerd topics. Which, it's funny, there's not really anything out there that covers it on TV. And yet you look at, say, the box office last year, and 13 of the top 15 grossing movies were all nerd culture. They were Marvel movies. They were Hunger Games. Same thing for TV, Walking Dead, Game of Thrones.
Yeah, they just sold G4 TV in 2014?
Actually, about 2 years ago, it became Esquire, but Esquire doesn't cover nerd stuff.
No, but then they gave it back to G4, and then they canceled it or something.
Yeah.
Or Esquire became or Esquire became some other network.
Well, G4 became Esquire. Yeah,
is G4 gone now? That's not even. Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, it's gone.
Oh, that's too bad.
You can still get it online.
It like NBC too.
What?
Wasn't it NBC? That could be awesome.
NBC Universal, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a cousin.
It's too bad. Maybe you need to bring it back. G5, you can make it back.
Yeah.
And Charlie, what's going on with you?
Yeah, so like I said, my company is CW3 Public Relations, CW3PR.com. And the 3 is because I'm named after my dad and my grandpa. Everyone always asks that. Yeah, and my Twitter and everything is at Olympic Chaz. And the reason it's at Olympic Chaz is because I'm an Olympaholic. I'm like obsessed with the Olympics and a lot of stuff.
I was wondering about that.
I've actually been to the last 7 Olympic Games.
Oh, wow.
Not as an athlete.
I just thought you felt you were at the top of the heap.
As a gold medal spectator. Look, I have, if anyone watching on YouTube, I have like the rings? The 3 gold,
Olympic
silver,
rings.
bronze rings. Anyway, so I am working right now.
I just thought you thought you were Zeus or something like that.
I appreciate that, Sydney. I have a little bit of a Zeus quality to me.
We had to wear something in character. I'm wearing this is my zombie killing shirt. So
yeah, no, that's awesome.
This is my zombie killing shirt.
Anyways, so you have to hear Darian's voicemail, by the way. It's like the nerdiest thing you've ever heard.
I should
call it and play it
Optimus
on
Prime.
Yeah, call it.
I'll do that in one second. But let me finish my plug.
All right.
I'm doing a really big event
Get your plug
called
out.
Gold Meets Golden. If you go to goldmeetsgolden.com, it's this thing that we developed that's an event that brings together celebrities and athletes. So
word! I gotta be on that.
You guys, I'm gonna invite the whole cast actually.
I gotta be on it, man.
So
since I'm a celebrity now,
yeah,
right?
it's a brunch the day before the Oscars, and it's hosted by Nicole Kidman.
Oh yeah,
and
so that
Nadia Comaneci,
and I'm an
who's
athlete.
like I'm obsessed with, and yeah. You're both. You're
I'm
perfect
both,
for this event.
Yeah,
You're verified now.
Yeah, you're verified.
You're a real
You have to
celebrity.
be verified to get into this party. But that's where a lot of my focus is right now. And then also leading into the Rio 2016 games next year. We're doing a lot of stuff with sponsors and the athletes. And that's just what kind of gets me going. I really, really am into the Olympics. So, yeah. That's
I'm not verified, but I want an invite.
We'll get you there. We'll get you there.
Yeah,
we'll get you there.
Come on.
Modern Male Radio will get you there.
Wait, so play that voicemail because I really want to hear that.
Okay, let's see if this works.
I think that is.
Oh, is it Darian's voicemail?
Yeah.
So you have to not answer, obviously.
Well, I have to see. Maybe I can just play the greeting actually without you calling. Let me.
I think it's more fun if
we're gonna take the show out with Darian's voicemail.
Yeah.
And while we're waiting for that, I actually have a special announcement. Modern Male Radio and the Modern Male Movement.
Don't answer.
All right. I guess we'll put that on
Wait
hold
on
for now.
that.
Hello, this is Optimus Prime.
Oh my God.
My human ally, Darian Lowenstein, is with Bumblebee and Ironhide, battling the Decepticon forces of Cybertron. Leave your message with me, and I shall guard it with my very spark. Transform, roll out.
Thank you, Peter Cullen.
Please record your
That's
message.
that's pretty cool. I must admit, that's pretty cool.
That is fucking awesome. Yeah, no, I wish I would have had
That's
one.
pretty awesome.
Hey, Darian, it's Charlie. You're still a dork. but I love you.
God's on my voicemail, just like right?
Wow.
I got God. Yeah, I got God. Yeah, I got God to do my voicemail.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I've never even called you.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It just doesn't say anything.
Who calls anymore, right?
I know.
It's all text.
I don't think I've called somebody, I don't think I've heard someone's voicemail in 5 years.
I don't even ever check my voicemail. People, I should actually, my thing should say like.
I don't think my
voicemail.
actually my voicemail is not even set up.
Yeah.
It's like, dude.
And
it's
nobody
like,
answers
dude,
calls
text
anymore
me.
if you don't recognize the number. Like
No,
nobody.
then you see people call, and then you wait for them to text. You you don't answer, but you wait for the text.
Or you text them first. And I'd be like, hey, what up? Even if you can talk, you just be like, I can't talk right now.
Yeah, you're like, I'm in a meeting even if you're not.
Before we wrap this up, I have a special announcement. The Modern Male Movement will be we'd like to welcome a new partner, XY Alpha Magazine.
XY Alpha Magazine.
Or no, it's Alpha XY. I'm sorry.
Alpha XY.
Alpha XY Magazine is going to be hosting a lot of our content, and we're going to be pushing out some articles on there. So look for some interesting new stuff
great.
at
That's
it's
awesome.
Alpha XY Magazine.
It was a surprise to me.
.com. Right. I just found out about it. What was it, yesterday? So yeah, we're going to be doing some work with them, and I'm also going to be coming out with a whole bunch of social media videos. If I don't lose the lung right now.
Get it together.
They're all health related. They're hard to
we are going to be doing a lot of stuff. We're going to be pushing out a lot of new content, a lot of video content, a lot of awesome stuff for you guys. And you're going to be able to find a lot of that on alphaxymagazine.com. And I'm also going to be pushing out some articles for Viva Glam magazine.
Viva Glam.
And a few other places that I can't really talk about yet. And you guys have anything else, anything else big coming up that you want people to come to or to view?
Wow.
Well, just tune into friends.
I'm going to be playing darts at Gym Bar next Tuesday night if you guys want to stop by and watch me throw
I'm
some
amazing
darts.
in darts.
When is the finale of the show?
We're going into the fifth.
We're
going into the fifth episode.
It's like the end of March.
This Monday.
But I guess they're doing a big thing for Valentine's Day. They're doing like a push for that because that obviously is relevant to our show. So I don't know what that is, but they're doing something around there. And then let's see. I think next week is going to be a cool episode for us. So definitely tune in. And the show is also at the special time of
10:30.
7:30. No.
Yeah.
7:30 Central?
No, 9:30 Central.
9:30
Central. 9:30 Central.
Get really
confused. You know, the show's at awkward times all over the place. Like I never actually catch the show. I have to TiVo it, and sometimes I get it on Wednesday, and sometimes I get it on Monday. And it's just,
they show repeats. They show replay. They show
repeat. Usually at like 3 in the morning.
It's on the same time every Monday, but they show repeats during the week.
And we know because I always get like texts like, "Oh, you're on TV right now."
Right. I will say it's been a lot of fun for people to live tweet with us. Like everybody who joins in, pretty much the entire cast will.
Last week was pretty. Last week was pretty crazy with live tweeting, right?
Yeah.
Have you guys had any in-person stalker, anything like really crazy or creepy?
I felt someone was following me last week. I realized it was just me. Here I go again, right? Following myself, right?
I find because the show is really new, I think people like get confused and they'll see you and they'll be like, "Oh, how do I know you?" And I know I don't know this person because I'm really good with faces.
I get that all the time.
And they'll be like, "Did we go to high school together?" No. And then you have to, and then it's a bit awkward because you have to be like, "I'm on a TV show."
Right. I get that all the time.
You get that.
But I think too, and we've talked about this in LA, nobody really cares because everybody's
At
on
all.
a show.
But when I went to
and everybody wants to be on a show. Right?
I just kind of whirlwind tour. I went to Sundance, and then I went to New York for the show, and then I went to Phoenix, and in all those places, like in the airports, people will stop you and be like,
"Oh, really?
Oh, you're the guy from that show."
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, that's happened a few times.
So it's just in LA.
See, I wear a hat, and I look totally different
They
than my
don't
public
care. They
persona.
pretend they don't care. Yeah, no, they don't care.
I think they mostly pretend.
Well, you see celebrities every single day.
If someone mentions it, that means they care. If it's on their mind a little bit, that means they care and they're paying attention. I'll tell you that.
Right.
Awesome. So what can people do to make this a better experience? You guys want some more? Can we get some love mail instead of some hate mail? Can we get some live
mail? Yeah.
Can we get some live tweets about what you think
Sydney
works?
wants some hate mail.
I'm good.
Everybody wants
you can send him hate mail, but you send the rest of them some love mail.
I want to shout out to one person, Najam Lee, who's awesome. It's Najaamlee. Not everyone in the cast thinks she's awesome, but she has been really like avidly following the show, and after every show,
the girl with the dreads.
Yeah, the girl with the dreads. She makes like a half-an-hour recap video, and she takes questions from people. And I just want to say to Najam, thank you.
She needs to get her followers up, though.
She does, but it's still cool that she like pays so much attention.
Yeah,
and
I like, that's what that's what the show is for people to watch. So the people that have negative things to say, people that have positive things to say. You know what I'm saying? It's all cool because people are watching and people are interested.
Yeah. And her thing she does is #gosh about friends to lovers, and that's where people can submit questions, and then we can go on and like answer them. So.
Yeah. Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Awesome.
I know nobody else did it except me.
What was it? You said you need your fans to cool you off?
That's what fans are there for. To make you cool.
To make you cool.
Fans do what?
Oh, that's
they cool
a good
you
one,
off.
Sydney. Wow, too bad you didn't get that line in the show.
It may be coming.
I get some good lines too that I hope got. Once
I had some unbelievable lines.
I had to get one for the white party when we were. I was with my friends. I was like, if there's. As 5 wise women once said, if you want to be my lover, you got to get with my friends. And they didn't use that. But
I have smart lines. Like you really got to watch the show.
Oh, sorry, that wasn't smart.
Not say yours wasn't smart, but I throw. I'm like, I got some daggers in there that I throw, and people hit me like the following week, like, oh, you just said that. I'm like,
they get it a week later. That's good, Sydney. Yeah, that's the best kind of joke when they get it 7 days later.
Yeah, it's like that. I gotta slow down. It's not a. I gotta slow down. I gotta bring it back down. I gotta slow up for the regular people.
Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah, I'm really too fast.
Not everybody's that sharp.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Cool. Well, thanks for coming on, guys.
Thanks for coming on, guys.
So you've had all the LA people now from the show?
What's that?
No. We've only had Jen and myself and you two.
Well, we should also, out of fairness, we should shout out to Melanie, who's going to start on the show in 2 weeks, and then also
we have Marshana, my girl. We have Stefan, Mr. Cool B, Stefan,
Chris and Alex. Yep. I just saw them all in New York a couple weeks ago.
Alex, my brother from another mother.
Yep, Alex took me out for pizza. He's a great chef, and he knows like all the best places to go.
Wow, I can imagine. So I got to definitely give him.
And Marshawn and I did karaoke. We're going to be posting a karaoke video pretty soon. Nice. We did all love songs.
See, I love her. She just seems so emotionally invested. Awesome. And I'm like, girl, I just want to take her out on a date.
Marshawn is the turn-up queen. The turn-up queen.
Just like a nice date.
Marshawn, if it doesn't work out with Stefan, which we don't know if it does or not.
Dun, dun, dun.
We got Mr. Z here.
I will take you out on a date. Just in all fairness, not a romantic date.
So Steph, get up your game. There's people lurking in the wings.
That motherfucker's a cop. I wasn't paying attention to people's professions and shit, and then I was like, oh, that's why he's always like that. Right. Just kind of like.
But that's a good thing. I mean, think about it though. When you're obviously they can't show him in his job. You know what I mean? Like that would be kind of weird if like he's pulling somebody over for drugs and they're like, oh, by the way, we got some cameras going.
I like Steph though. I like Steph. Steph keeps it. You know what I'm saying? He keeps it real, very even kill. Like I like that.
Yeah, and I like that there's a character arc. Everybody on the show has made a mistake at least once. Every single person, and
except you.
And you. I don't think that.
You haven't seen a mistake.
Yeah, and you even apologized for a mistake that you didn't make, which I felt was very, very big of you, and I wanted to put that out there. And
smart guy.
I feel like Jen's not. I like Jen a lot, but I feel like she's not.
I like Jen a lot too.
I'm hoping I'm gonna pull for this, but I feel like. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. How do you win a woman like that over? How do you engage that? That's
just have to watch Friends to Lovers.
You gotta watch the show.
10:30, 9:30 Central Mondays on Bravo.
Awesome. Well, that's all for tonight, folks. Thanks for tuning in to Modern Male Radio.
Bam. Peace.
Thanks everybody. That was fun.
You're listening to Modern Male Radio with Jared ZAVISTOSKI and Sydney Hall. Right here on LA Talk Radio.